No, not there. Over here. No, no, no. Not up there. Down here. Down here. Yep. Hello there. So I made a hunting horn tutorial video a while back. I'm still very proud of it, but it's been... Anyways, at the end of the video, I did say if anyone in the comments wanted me to do another video on a different weapon, I'd gladly do it. And, well, thanks to that one person, here we are. So thank you to that one person who commented on a 2-year-old video. Thank you. Back on topic, the commenter asked I do a hammer tutorial this time around. Hammer, hunting horn, big bonks, I can definitely do this. Before we do though, let me change into something a little more, hammer-esque. Now excuse me while I just, much better. Alright, and here we are, the training room. So let's start off with some of the very basics. To begin with, the hammer, like the hunting horn, is a blunt weapon. Its purpose is to target the monster's head, leading to knockouts for larger openings. Like any weapon, the hammer has 3 different types of attack. You have the triangle, the circle, and the most commonly used, the charge R2. There is a 4th attack button, the claw, which comes with Iceborne, but for now, we'll just talk about the basics that come with base Monster Hunter. Now, let's get into the basic combos. Keep in mind, these combos only work if you're standing still. Attacking while moving gives you a different moveset that we'll talk about later. To start off, you have your basic triangle, triangle, triangle. It's a very fast, very quick combo they can put out. The upswing does a lot of damage and has high KO potential, so it just knocks out the enemy really fast. Next we have the Big Bang combo, the circle combo. You can chain this up to 5 times in a row as long as they connect with the monster. It's very slow, but as you can see, it does a lot of damage. Very meaty. It's perfect for when the monster is down. And lastly, we have the all-reliable charge attack. The charge attack comes in 3 different levels. Whenever your hunter glows, that's 1 level. And depending on the level of charge that you release your hammer, you have a different moveset that comes with it. Obviously, the higher the charge, the more powerful the attack. But the charge doesn't stop there, actually. By pressing circle in the middle of your charge, you execute a power charge. This makes your hammer all around stronger, more damage, more KO, just everything is better. So use it as much as possible. Though remember, when you execute a power charge, you reset back to level 1. So it's better to power charge immediately at level 1, rather than wait for level 3 and then power charge to charge again to level 3. After executing a power charge attack, your charge still persists indefinitely until you sheath your weapon or until you get knocked back. You can tell that your weapon is no longer power charged when the hammer has stopped glowing. Dodging is really the only move that keeps your hammer power charged. You can dodge out of a power charge whenever you want, doesn't matter. Your hammer will still stay power charged. Now we'll move on to the movement attacks. So while moving and pressing triangle, you execute a side blow. This is a much faster way to get into upswing, and that's really all that there is to it. Moving and pressing circle just puts you straight into the Big Bang combo. Nothing's changed there, but with charge attack, releasing the charge button at level 3 while moving, you start to spin like a top for 5 spins. This also applies to the power charge version, which I don't think has any difference, other than doing more damage, I guess. As you can see, if you do spin to win, you'll usually end up looking like you've just whiffed your hammer. It's slow to recover from. You have to wait for the hunter to pull the hammer back up. So to prevent this, what you want to do is press triangle in the middle of your spin to win. This finisher is kind of like a level 3 charge. It's strong, does a lot of KO damage, and there are varying versions of the finisher based on how many spins you've done before hitting the triangle button. You can personally count how many spins you've done before executing a finisher. If I went into every detail about each finisher variant, this video would take too long, so experiment and get a feel for yourself. One of the only combos using the circle button is called Side Smash. By holding the charge to level 1 and then pressing circle immediately after, you can double triangle into an upswing. It's one of the fastest ways to get into upswing. One last thing to mention is that both level 1 and 2 for charge and spin to win can be followed up with more triangles, which all end in an upswing. I don't really have a recommendation of when you should be using these, but if you really think you want to, just do it. Now here are some really quick rapid fire environmental interactions you can use with hammer. You can charge your hammer while running off of ledges, vines, walls, and slopes. Slopes and walls throw you into a barrel roll that does massive amounts of mount damage. Now we've reached the Iceborne section, so let's talk Clutch Claw. One of Iceborne's most important mechanics is the tenderizing mechanic, and with hammer it is extraordinarily fluid throughout combat. What you want to do is go into a level 3 charge, power charge or regular charge, doesn't matter, and press L2 immediately after you've executed the charge. You can also execute the clutch mechanic with just a level 2 charge as well, but obviously it's not as powerful because you're not doing the barrel roll thing. Mind you, this doesn't mean that the level 2 version is useless. It's very good at catching up with monsters, or if you just need to clutch onto a monster fast and can't wait for a level 3 version. It's very situational, I guess. One of the last few mechanics of the hammer with Clutch Claw is Slinger Burst. It's very easy to use. Just press L2 whenever you're charging your hammer. That's it. And then you can release and do whatever level of charge that you had before shooting the Slinger Burst. With Slinger Burst, you can fire anything that you have equipped in your slinger. You can fire stones, flash pods, thorn pods, sonic pods, bomb pods, dung pods, just anything. Monster Hunter is still an action RPG game, and they put a pretty heavy emphasis on that RPG part, and all I've really been talking about is the action side of things. So, you're probably asking, what skills do I add to my hammer? And if you answer defense boost, you are objectively wrong. There's really only one skill that hammer needs. Of course, you need your crit eye, your weakness exploit, your attack boost, etc., etc. Those are all fairly important, but still optional within the early to mid game. But what you actually really need for hammer is focus. Focus speeds up your charging time, and since hammer is all about charging your weapon, focus becomes a mandatory skill for hammer, and the only one really. Slugger is also a good optional skill, since monsters' KO resistances start to increase drastically after the second or third KO, but that is entirely optional for the individual hunter. We're just about done with the video, but before we end it, here are some very quick do's and don'ts when using hammer, and really there's only one for each that I have. Do: stick to the side of the monster's head. Monsters tend to use their more telegraphed attacks when you stick to their side rather than stand in front of their face. The only exception may be elder dragons, because they love to bap you with their paws, but that's about it. And don't start yeeting your fellow hunters. Do it maybe when they're paralyzed or stunned, but just recognize that your level 2 charge and all your upswings can throw a hunter, unless they're wearing Rocksteady. So if you want to use it, just be careful. To demonstrate the severity of throwing a hunter in the middle of a fight, we're going to use my cat here as an example. Right, here he is. Hold on, I might have missed. No, that definitely hit. Okay, let me just do the normal upswing. Okay, that definitely hit. You can see the skid marks. Well, it seems like the cat is immune to being yeeted. So instead, we'll be using this asshole as a demonstration for what not to do. Yeah. Staff is the one that interrupts, so I'm just here cooking the meat instead. Uh-oh. Here's my parting gift. Now that you've learned the moveset, the objective, the ins and outs of hammer, you're probably asking how? How exactly do I play hammer? What's the simplest way to play this weapon as a new player? Well, it's a lot simpler than I've made it out to be. Basically, you power charge, stand next to the monster's head, smash it, clutch claw, tenderize, and finish with a big bang combo when the monster is down. It's as simple as that. Don't forget to eat for Feline Slugger, slot in your focus gems, and you're set. And that's everything for hammer. Really, this would be the end of the video, but I do have some extra hidden or just random tech that I just found while making this video, so anyone else who's not really interested, please feel free to go. Thank you for listening to this JPEG talk on and on about one weapon, but for those who want to be around a little longer, here's some extra advanced tech. So this one's we'll just call the infinite mount loop. Basically, when you find yourself on a ledge, roll off and then press R2 so you charge back onto the ledge, and you can do this ad nauseum for as long as you want. The timing for it isn't too strict, just press R2 the moment you jump off the ledge. It's really that simple. Next, this is more like to help you with wake-up hits. You know, every weapon has some ability to wake up the monster with their strongest attack. With Hammer, it's the max level power charge attack. Basically, what you want to do is stick yourself to the face of the monster, roll back once, unsheath the weapon, and then power charge into your attack. This should give you just enough space to miss the first two, and then land the third one perfectly. So this one's a weird one. I actually just discovered this while recording, but basically this is like a mid-air slinger burst, I guess, that can also be chained with your power charge when you land. It's really weird. It seems to also work on slopes when you jump. Instead of just releasing the R2 button, you can chain it into another mid-air slinger burst and does the same thing. I haven't really found any good use for it. It seems very utility-based. It's very good for stunning a monster when you have like piercing pods or thorn pods, so I mean, I guess there's that. It's a guaranteed like joust win, almost. So there's that. And that was everything on Hammer. It's a much easier to understand weapon than Hunting Horn, though my explanations probably didn't do it proper justice. So if there's any questions or important tips that I missed, please feel free to write in the comments. Thanks again for sticking around to the end, and I hope this video has helped in some capacity, at least. As always, please feel free to ask for more tutorials. I'm sure I'll get around to them, though now that I'm going to college, it might take a little longer than expected, so if anything, I might start making tutorial videos for Wilds when I get back. Still, I'll gladly make more videos when I return, so yeah. Anyways, thank you again, and I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
He just shoots me and then falls that way.
Shotgun.
You
Oh!
Bye, Kara.
One down. Oh. Oh no.